Republicans are spending all their time saying the election wasn't legitimate. We know it's legitimate. Republicans, Joe Biden won, Donald Trump lost. Now work with us to get a COVID bill done, because that's the agenda that's the item that's on the agenda that the American people want, and want badly. It's time to move on. The election's over. There wasn't fraud. There wasn't anything else. 6 states, swing states, flipped from Trump to Biden. Those 6 states, in each of them, the margin is not even close. No court is going to overturn this election. Joe Biden will be installed as president. So Republicans, get over it. Stop spending all your time spreading lies about the election, and instead roll up your sleeves, sit down with us, do a COVID bill that New York and America needs.
That punk ass is on crack.
I'll tell ya.
He's on crack.
Wow.
I mean, he must have the best. He must have that best crack, man. I mean, that, you know, after everything that, especially him,
right?
Especially him, everything that he's done to President Trump, and he's like, y'all need to move on. It's over.
Roll up your sleeves. Stop spreading lies. You've been doing that during the whole Trump campaign.
Wow.
Denied everything he said.
You want things peaceful? Come on, man. Just be peaceful.
Wait.
Calm down, guys.
And to fact check him, he can't actually say it wasn't fraud, because he's not investigating any of it. So how can he say it wasn't fraud without actually investigating any of it?
Just
That's
like
fake
Jack.
news.
Just like Jack being grilled by Ted Cruz yesterday. Hey,
Yes.
you an expert in election fraud? Well, no.
No.
Well, how can you call out election fraud if you don't know what it is, bro?
Yeah. It's beautiful. I loved it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is Wayne Dupree, and here are my co-hosts, Blue Eyes Leah Bella,
Hey.
and the brother Reverend Pastor Deacon Dr. Bishop over there on the other side, Mr. Brian Smith. What's up, B?
I'm all fired up today, man. That's going to be a good day. I can feel
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, look, when I tell you we got a lot to talk about in a short time to do it, that's what today is. We know that we go up against Rush Limbaugh, and we know that some of y'all love Rush Limbaugh, and many of you love him. You know, we're not trying to take his spot or anything, but we do thank all of you for tuning in to the show. And we try to keep it short. We try to keep it an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But one of these days, we're going to have to make it 2 hours, because with all the phone calls that we were getting, you know, that's, you know, and we're going to open up the phone line in just a few seconds, because we want to hear from you. And we told you that we were going to open up the phone lines today and tomorrow. So with that said, welcome to everybody who's watching on Facebook, RT, Periscope, YouTube, Parlor, Cloud Hub. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Make sure you're sharing.
Show.
Click that share button.
Click the share.
That easy.
I found it an easier way on Facebook. If you're looking at the show, like you can't hear it, like you're just looking at the show, before you jump into the show, click the share, and it says groups. And then you can go boom, 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 boom. Stop it like 30, 35. Don't go too many. You can share to your groups.
So I guess this is breaking news. Trump campaign spends $3 million to file for partial recounts in 2 Wisconsin counties.
Yep. They also were 3 million.
3 million because
they were told they need to pony up. Yes, there it is.
I think that's for an entire Wisconsin recount. These are just for 2 counties in Wisconsin. So you're going to see a lower price. Get 2 counties.
What? I don't like that though. I mean, I don't like the picking and choosing. I mean, because that's what's happening in Michigan. It's picking and choosing. Last night, and for all of you that don't know, the Trump campaign, what Leah just said, is going to be doing some recounting in Wisconsin. The Trump campaign has to pay for it. The state doesn't do it. Campaign has to do it. So this information I got, but it seems like it's old. But actually, I just got it this morning. But I mean, it seemed like it's old with some updated news. It's going to be
quick.
But big name Republicans seem to be behind this so far. RNC, Seems that Ronna McDaniels, she seems to be good to go. So if Trump campaign needs money, needs assistance, needs finance, whatever it is, it looks like money's not a problem right now. If the campaign reaches out and says eight times match, I'll give you $5. I'll give you $5. 8 times match, I'll give you $5.
But I mean, Trump himself is close to, look how much money he has. If he would run out of money, he would just get it out of his own personal finances, right? Can he do that?
You don't want to.
Yeah, I don't know.
But for the presidency, he would want to do that.
Yeah.
You're telling me he's just going to stop whenever he runs out of money with the campaign and go, oh, well, then I'll concede. No, he's going to get into a bank account and get his own.
Maybe take a loan. Yeah. Take a loan out?
Something. No, he's just going to get his own money out.
Take a loan out and tell the RNC, I'll campaign for you for the next couple of years. You just pay back this loan.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
But with all the record-breaking money that the RNC was making, they got it. They better have it. If not, then maybe Ronna shouldn't be in charge.
Unless what's his name got his hands on some of it.
All right, Brad. Hey, Brad.
Brad, you
heard you had to sell some property down there in Florida, buddy. I hope you're doing all right, man. God bless you. Hey, what you do in private, one day will be exposed in public, man.
Here's the thing.
Get yourself right.
What happened in Michigan last night?
Wayne County?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that Wayne County and also Little Wayne got arrested last night. All these things happened to Wayne. I was like, what's next? Is like Wayne Dupree going to hit the lottery and that's going to be headline news? All Waynes everywhere. It was Wayne Day. It was Wayne Day.
And just to think, I hate my name.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I just do. This is how it started out. The Wayne County Board of Canvassers in Michigan voted to certify the election. Well, actually, yeah. No. Actually, it didn't start out that way. We were going to do this a whole different way last night, and this things changed and stuff. Wayne County. They
were deadlocked.
Two Republicans, two Democrats. That's stupid anyway.
It is stupid.
That's stupid anyway.
Where's your 5? You need like 5.
You
5 or 7.
Right.
Yeah, you have to.
Like maybe put an independent up there or something.
It's stupid.
But 2-2. And I went to bed. I was like, okay, we got a great subject to talk. And then I woke up this morning. Well, actually, woke up about 2-3 o'clock. They changed their minds. And they changed their minds because I guess some of the people in the county had a chance to argue. Is that right? They had a chance to argue against it.
They were on hold. What? There was a conference call. They put it on hold for 5 minutes. Yeah, they put the Zoom conference call Zoom on hold for 5 minutes. They came back on and changed their mind. Didn't give a reason. Changed their mind.
Well, some of these people were talking.
Ballot counters. I am ashamed to witness you failing to do yours. Watching racism like this is so painful. It's soul-sucking. But it's far more painful to those whom you target in this blatant attack on the rights of the good voters of this county, especially our siblings of color. Your nay votes leave a stain on your soul that is unconscionable and indefensible now into future generations, including to your own children and your grandchildren. My prayer is that you reconsider your vote. It's not too late. History is watching. We are all watching. This will not end here. Your vote tonight will follow you. And in this hot moment, you've chosen a hideous role in an immoral chapter.
Now,
that sounds like a threat.
Now,
stain on your soul?
Well,
why is it always these left-wing liberals that are white, old, nasty, fighting for another race of black siblings and stains and souls? What? You white people with all this racism in you, go away. Just go away. It's this self-inflicted racism. Like you see color and race. Black people can't fight for themselves, so I, the white woman, must roar. No, They'll be all right.
They
can fight.
use that to try to just keep moving their narrative. She would have said anything there to make sure that Trump doesn't get in. She would have done anything. She would have went out and slapped her own mother to make sure Trump didn't get in.
This guy, I saw some people on the right. See, before I share this, only people on Twitter know what doxing is. I didn't even know what doxing was, and I mean it's a made-up word,
Doxed
by people on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's called doxing, and that, I mean, basically is when somebody tells personal stuff about you and stuff like that,
like your address, phone number.
Right. If they put our address, our phone number, our wives, our kids' names, everything out there on the Twitter, right? That ain't no good. No.
So I guess this guy was called out for doxing the Republicans on the committee.
And what that tells us is you, Miss Monica Palmer from Grosse Pointe Woods, which has a history of racism, are deciding to enable and continue to perpetuate the racist history of this country. And I want you to think about what that means for your kids who probably go to Grosse Pointe North. And when they see all their black classmates and they know.
Can I make a comment about our racist history real quick? My daughters are homeschooled, and my daughter was reading a book by a biography about George Washington this morning. I was in the kitchen making breakfast. I started thinking about the history, and I started thinking about the youth pastor a couple years ago. I was at a party at my house, and something brought up late at night. He said, "Oh, founding fathers? Oh, those slave owners?" I'm like, whoa, dog, back up, folks. Look back to our history. We had some problems, but if you look back to our history, great men and great women of all color came together with all their faults and all their flaws to make this country the greatest nation human history has ever seen. And to take that away now with racism is horrific.
Okay.
To take that away, we have, in the words of Hillary Clinton, we've come so far. We have. Dial it back to the 1950s. Dial it all the way back to the early 1900s.
Yeah, I mean, we aren't there.
No. But we've come so far. We had a black president. We got more black CEOs than we've ever had before.
Yes.
I mean, Asians, Hispanics. Whatever you want, you can have here. Work hard.
But okay, but I do see it as there are still people that are trying to keep other people down.
Right. Well, yeah, that's always good. You're always going to have human nature to do that. Bullies will always find somebody that'll appease them, and you're always going to find that imbalance. But man, go to France. Try to get wealthy there. Try to get wealthy in England.
I think Joe called the earlier woman a sucking.
Yeah, he did.
See what? I felt it. She was pulling my soul out. I had to protect myself.
Yeah, she called the other woman a sucking. Now, those are two. My friend from Michigan said they doxed the kids of the Republican
little kids. Yeah.
Oh man!
In Wayne County last night. Now that I don't agree with, and that I think was wrong when he did bring the kids in and saying that. But then I saw this video that kind of show. I have questions. I mean, I literally have questions about them questioning this Wayne County thing and leaving another place out.
We also know that the Secretary of State and the Attorney General have already tweeted out that your legal arguments are rubbish and you're going to lose when it comes to court. So we're not worried about that at all. I'm also not worried about any of your, things are bad so we can't certify arguments, because that's just ridiculous. You certified in August when they were worse. Less than 50% of the ballots are recountable. Now over 72% are. 58% of them are even balanced when it was less than 30% last time. So it's doubled. It's gotten way better because the Secretary of State actually jumped in and did her job, unlike you. But I know it's not going to change your opinion. You talked about not certifying Detroit, even though you acknowledged that Livonia, a city, by the way, I know you know is 95% white, had bigger variances than Detroit, which is 80% black. We understand. And you.
I got a problem with that one. Because if that's true, I want to know why Livonia got their stuff certified, and they had problems. And he's not the only person that said that. A couple more people said that too about Livonia. So I want to know why Livonia was in check. But either way, there is election fraud going on. They're trying to instill, or they're trying to, like Chuck Schumer just did. They're really trying to push Joe Biden in the seat of the Oval Office.
They're going to do anything they can. They don't care anymore.
And everything.
This is all or nothing.
And what happened up there in Michigan was again, it's stupid. You can't have two people of the same party. It's not like Congress. Well, yeah, it is like Congress anyway. You're not gonna have a Republican just jump over and join the Democrat.
No.
In a 2-2 tie. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna happen. So
this is destructive. This is destructive to the United States. It's destructive for everybody. I can't believe this is how our elections have always gone, because it's a crap show. Let's just call it what it is. It's terrible. Every single state, especially, of course, the Democrat states. Look at Florida. Isn't that a great example of how you do a good election? How you get the numbers in. They have some of the highest amount of voters out there on the planet, and they did it with flying colors this time. They got it wrong in 2000, but they fixed it and they learned from it. What is up with all these other states?
Ohio did a pretty good job.
People running it. Look what just happened last night in Michigan. What makes me mad is they're on a Zoom call for the public to record and see. They should be doing these things behind closed doors. And if they've made a decision, then they should sign paperwork and make a decision. Yeah, Brian, I know you're shaking your head sideways, but there doesn't need to be as much transparency. I'm sick of it.
I don't mind the Zoom call.
No. The Trump campaign, there was too much transparency. And notice now that Sydney is not saying everything she needs to say, because the media gets hold of it and then they run with it, just like they did with the Zoom call. And then all of a sudden you think it's a race thing, that there's an issue.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're probably right. Not to shift to Georgia, but just to say that the shenanigans going on. We've got down there in DeKalb, the hand recount. Before the hand recount, it showed Biden 10,707 to Trump 13. After the hand recount, Biden 1,000 to Trump 13. This by David Schaefer, Republican Party of Georgia. How do you, again, like Leah said, how do you get it so wrong? Florida did a great job. Ohio did a great job. There are many other states that did a great job. Yet we've got 5 states that we're looking at that is a total combined. And the water pipe broke. No, we're finding out that was total malarkey.
Well,
there was no work order. They said there was no work order put in for a broken pipe.
Okay.
And I'm going on that. Just no work order was put in.
Okay.
Yep. I know if I had to do an insurance claim at my house, if there's not a work order, you don't get your insurance money.
Right.
So then therefore it didn't happen. I mean, that's just how it goes in the insurance business.
Right. If I can fix it on my own, it's all good.
As I said, we are going to, there are a lot of people that want to get in on that call from yesterday about accepting the Joe Biden presidency. And we do have the phone lines open. We are going to be talking about other stuff, but we do still want to hear from you. 602, you are live. Go ahead.
Hey, Wayne, this is the Nova experience. I just commented on your post or on the video there.
Well, thank you, dear. Go ahead.
Hi. So let me just tell you from a Black conservative viewpoint of what happened in Michigan. Of course, we know we need to lose these cases to send it up to the Supreme Court to go through to the 12th Amendment. But what is happening, right now is white liberals are showing their true racist opinions towards us.
Yes.
As conservatives, as people of all nationalities, as conservatives. What you heard them say, they didn't talk anything about any other issue with Trump besides racism. Things that have been disproved time and time and time again. This president has called out the fake media back in 2000. I don't even know if you guys saw the video that he did with CNN and called them fake news then.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, because I have not been able to get this out of my head, and maybe you might be able to help me. But with Livonia having alleged more problems, they didn't get called out, or they didn't get they didn't have a problem getting their ballot certified. And from what they were saying, Livonia is mostly white. So why weren't they okay? So why wasn't that district challenge also?
That is a fantastic point. You have to remember the play card of the Democrats. The play card for the Democrats with black and brown bodies has always been racism, always. And anytime that somebody calls us Americans and doesn't put a color in front of it or a disfranchisement in front of it, then the liberals are always going to swoop in and say, oh, they're racist because they don't acknowledge your plight. Here's the thing. This is what I believe. I'm 47 years old. I've been a lifelong conservative ever since I was 18 years old.
God bless.
I am in a position right now where my equality is the same as any other American citizen.
Amen.
So my skills, my capabilities, how I think, what I do, I can live anywhere that I want to. I can walk into any store that I want to. I can buy any car that I want to, that I could afford, we'll say that. And then, I can be around any group of people that I want to. I am not disenfranchised for being a Black woman. I am simply an American. So, yes, does racism exist? Absolutely. Racism exists. But right now, it's a toothless dog. They can talk all their mess because, look, Brian was right. You can't legislate the heart. You can't make somebody change the way they feel inside. What you can do is put laws and different accountability factors, amend the Constitution, all the things that we've done to prevent racism on a large scale, but we can't legislate the heart. So if you show me that you're a racist and you don't like me because of my skin color, guess what? I'm keeping my money and I'm going to the next store that will take my money from me and give me what I want.
No, amen. You're 100% correct. Larry Elder said it best. He said that if somebody, and this is out there, it's just an idea he threw out there. He said if somebody nowadays wanted to open up a restaurant and put a sign in the window that says whites only, and by the way, Larry Elder, if you don't know, is Black, he would be okay with that because in America today, people wouldn't patronize that restaurant. They wouldn't be caught dead in there, and the place would go out of business. That's America today.
And also, could Livonia have just been lazy? Like maybe Livonia just were like, hey, I don't care if there is fake stuff going on. We don't really care, so we'll just push it through. We have done it every other year. We always know about election fraud. And then it just so happened Wayne County did care. So it really wasn't a white or Black thing. It was against Republicans who actually cared and Republicans who just laid down, rolled over and died. We've got more important things to do. I don't care who gets in.
But I thought
it could have just been a lazy thing.
To me, I thought they were picked. I thought that that particular area was picked to. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just saying it just seems there could be different reasons why.
Yeah. 512, you're live. Go ahead. 512, you're live. Go ahead.
Hello?
Uh-oh. 512, go ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm calling from Brazil and I have a bad connection.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Brazil.
Hey, I appreciate taking my call and thanks y'all. Love your program. You know, this election where a lot of people forget in America is that there are millions of Americans such as myself living in other places in the world. And this really does affect us, not just at home in America, but here in other parts of the world, such as Brazil. America could take a really good example of the election process and how voting occurs here in Brazil. They just had their midterms on Sunday, and by 2 a.m. on Monday morning, the following morning, all the candidates for every office being run and the millions of ballots that were cast by Brazilians were tallied up, and everybody knew who won every particular race, which was the same as what happened 2 years ago or a little over a year ago when Bolsonaro won. Anyhow, the way America and excluding Florida and other states that get it right, but they need to quit being the butt of a bad joke when Brazilians of a third world country think that they're far superior, and they are in the way in which they vote, and their legal votes are counted and doesn't leave any room for to be mocked or to be challenged.
How are the people in Brazil looking at what's going on right now here in the United States? Is it a big mess? Are they laughing at it? Okay.
All right. I live in Bahia, which is a very socialist controlled state in the Northeast. Now, that being said, the people here, even in Bahia, are mocking America and mocking the way that they vote. And I mean, you see the social media here. WhatsApp is widely used here for social media, but I mean, it's just joke after joke after joke after joke about America and the way that they're doing things there, and just how stupid and sinister they look.
I question the validity of your elections if you guys are socialist, other than the fact that maybe you've been taught that that's a good thing.
Wait, hold on. You're not a socialist, right? You're an American. Caller?
I'm an American, yeah.
Yeah. I thought so.
I'm a retired.
Yeah.
I'm married to a Brazilian national.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Brian. I mean,
well,
he's
no.
American.
I'm asking about you said you live in a predominant socialist area, right?
Right. Area, yeah.
Yes, Bahia is very much socialist. Let's put it this way: the governor of Bahia, Conte, won 75% of the vote 2 years ago, and he's PT, which is a socialist party.
Okay.
Doesn't sound fun.
No, sorry about that.
But basically, and we have said it on this show many times, that actually we've wondered how countries look at us through the premise of our media. You know, go ahead.
CNN started CNN Brazil about a year ago here in Brazil, trying
Socialism.
to make a dent in the socialist market. And the media here and the people, they mock the American media constantly, as far as, because the media tells them what they have to know and what they have to believe. And I mean, the media is just mocked here.
Yeah.
It's the American media.
Yeah.
As well as the Brazilian media.
You know what? I appreciate you calling in, because we love our international audience, because honestly, to tell you the truth, y'all see things we don't see, which makes y'all a whole lot more experts on stuff that's really, really happening because of what the American media is feeding.
Well, it's nice to get a different perspective.
Yeah. And thanks for your service too.
That awesome.
Said he was a Marine, I believe.
He was in the service. I don't know what though.
Yeah, I think he said he was a Marine, but yes, absolutely. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, I mean, for I mean, I'm glad to get those calls because again, you look at the things that they see, and they have to be shaking their head in shame the way that things are going on over here right now. They have to.
I find it real interesting that there's CNN Brazil.
Right. Well, when I was stationed over in Italy, even back in the 90s, and we referred to the States. It wasn't America. We were like, hey, you going back stateside, back to the States. And then we'd see what was going on because we'd catch the news on base. Just like, wow, Bill Clinton? Really? Yikes. And just turn it off and walk away. It's just, what a shit show.
786, go ahead. 786, you're live. Go ahead.
It's bad.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's move on. Wayne County, as we told you, reverses course on certifying the election results. The two Republicans changed their minds in the dead of night and decided that they were gonna go ahead.
Everything happens in the dead of night, doesn't it?
Yeah, Antifa. All
nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Yeah, no.
Yeah. 226. You're live. Go ahead.
Hi, just the Dupree Show.
This is the Dupree Show. How are you?
Hi, guys. I love your show. I'm up here from the Great White North in Canada, but we all still pay attention to what's going on down there.
Awesome.
Because
God bless.
now we're starting to think that we had a vote here, and the Liberal Party got in by a small majority, like by the skin of their teeth. Nobody knew how. But now up here in Canada, with Dominion, because they're made up here, now we know because Trudeau has ties to Dominion voting and George Soros' son that you know what went on with the elections up here. So we're waiting for America to flip the tide down there, and then we're going to start a good old game of get the fuck out up here.
well, we're starting to see now that there's ties with our Democrat elected officials too.
But we get shamed when we say something like that, right? Like we get immediately shamed, and it's not right. So keep up the good work, guys. Keep telling people what's up, because up here, you get shamed if you tell anyone anything of what's going on in the elections. They just say, oh, Biden's your president, accept it, move on. No. And it's like, it's your family, too. It's your friends, it's your family. Like, this is costing people friends, families. It's ridiculous. Sorry, I'll shut my mouth now.
No, good.
No.
That was great. Wonderful insight. Thank you.
But yeah, we're really curious about what the outcome of the investigation of the Dominion servers is going to be and the whole Kraken program, because I'm pretty sure it happened up here in Canada. Nobody in Canada here likes the Liberal Party. Trudeau is a twat.
Wow.
Right. He's Fidel's illegitimate son, right?
He's Fidel's illegitimate son, but if you guys want to take a look at what Biden's going to do to your country, we're about 3 years ahead of you guys in terms of
that's true. That's true.
A little bit ahead of you guys.
What is it, like a year and a half just to get a heart surgery?
It's probably, we're about a year and a half, 2 years ahead of you guys, where we already got COVID camps set up all over the country. And right now they're saying, hey, you know what? It's just for people that are on vacation. You go, when you leave the country, you come back. You got to stay here 14 days. That's what it is for now. But, you know, as they start clamping down with this whole COVID pandemic, it's going to be, okay, well, now if you don't get your shot, you're going to have to go to these camps and stay. And there's also news coming out in Canada about a debt recovery program that the government will allow you one-time debt forgiveness of all your debt, which who won't go for up here because all the CERB payments and the government money that are given out lately.
Yeah, I talked about that last week.
Your right to own personal property.
Damn.
All right. Hey, Canada, thank you.
The Liberal government denies this. Trudeau denies this to the people. So, yeah, we can't wait. And I'm sorry to gab your guys' ears off.
No.
I apologize to the other guys.
No. But what?
Trudeau, the love child.
Yeah, that guy's definitely. If you look at him, a picture of him and Castro, they're definitely from the same seed.
So apparently, Trudeau's mom and dad used to vacation with Castro, and they were swingers.
Yeah, apparently that's
You didn't know that, Wayne?
No.
They should have let Trudeau dribble down Castro's leg, somebody's leg.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Canada.
Thanks for having me, And watching, we love you up here in Canada, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
What's that about? Come on, man. You can't go that liberal on the radio. You got to kind of temper it down when you come.
Oh my
on the show.
God.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all, did y'all hear that?
Yeah, but did you hear what Dustin said too a couple days ago about new reset and everything?
Oh,
you see that video? I mean, that's alarming. He said now that COVID happened, we can reset everything. I thought it was fake news. I actually went and then I saw a statement below. It was an actual real recording of him saying that just a few days ago.
Yeah,
that's a scary
video
statement.
of him talking to the world. This is a new reset. We're bringing COVID now back in again. We're going to have the re-lockdowns and the re-reset.
And this is the perfect time to reset the climate, the wealth majority on how it's handled, and education.
And American
and we can
capitalism.
do it with this. Yeah.
American capitalism, when it cut that out and make you, America, equal to the rest of the world. You're going to share,
I thought it was fake news. I thought it was fake because there's no way he would have said that. And then I looked, he said it.
Yep.
TV recorded. I'll find the recording for you, Wayne. I mean, it's insane.
I dropped it in our group.
You did you?
Yeah, I dropped it.
Oh yeah, you did. But Castro's boy.
Yeah, Castro's boy. Yep. Yeah, it's almost uncanny. You know how Frank Marshall Davis and Obama.
Yeah.
You put the pictures next to each other.
Yeah.
Castro, Trudeau, more.
Yeah, his hair is curly, just like Castro.
Yeah.
424. Go ahead.
You're live, caller.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, one of the things I look at in the election is like, you see the left side, they're constantly complaining about this. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's like they committed the fraud and then want to go ahead and defend it as if it didn't happen. And I think the problem that we have on the right is that we become reasonable thinking that it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like the elephant in the room. You got to get enough people to look at what's actually occurring and go, hey, I'm going to stand up and fight for this because our liberties and our freedoms are going to be taken from us if we don't rise up and say, hey, this isn't okay. Like, you wouldn't let a kid get bullied. Like in Detroit, they got bullied last night. They got threatened.
Yeah, they did.
So something had to have occurred for them to flip out overnight and just change their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were outnumbered.
Yeah, right, being outnumbered.
It was like,
and I think that's what happens. Like,
yeah,
when we're like that, when we do that with each other, like, you're gonna stand up for what's right. Like, I believe that people, the entire U.S. will do better by keeping Trump in office, even if they don't agree with it. But however, our country will go down, and everyone will lose if we have a Biden presidency.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I wish more people would have heard you before the elections. Thanks a lot for your phone call.
The Democrat Party is like that. They've always been like that. They will be the bully, and they will beat you down and continually gaslight you until you succumb as an appeaser. And for those that are hitting the streets being bullies, the Democrat Party taught you how to be that way, and now you're burning.
Well, look at Hillary Clinton. She's the perfect face of the Democrat Party. That's what she represents. People will kill. People will kill to get their way. It's been proven. I'm not just saying Democrats, but I'm saying these Democrats are going to fight hard, and they don't. That's one thing I'll give Democrats. Like Wayne always says, they fight for everything, and they play nasty, and they'll continue to play nasty. But you know what I think is real interesting, real quick before we take a call? It's interesting to me that how Trump focused on the mail-in ballots that were all going to be fraud, and then it turns out that these Dominion servers were the major issue. So I kind of feel like, did they? And this is just a question. It's not actually true. I'm saying this is my opinion. Do you think maybe they could have ran with that and said, "Hey, while everybody's over here looking at the mail-in ballots, we can mess up with these Dominion servers and really cause an issue to what we want to do."
Distractions
Maybe.
do it every time.
Yeah, Joe Scarborough. You know, that girl died in his office. Now he's a Democrat. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, hey,
I don't
speaking
know
about
what
that, House Democrats tapped Pelosi to stand as their candidate for Speaker.
Yep, they're pushing her forward, and she said she's going to accept it. God bless that Skeletor. God bless.
I mean, what is? I hate 2020. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it.
919, you're live. North Carolina, looks like.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Todd, and I'm watching you guys on Parler. Thank God you're available.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
Trying to answer your question with something that hit my brain last night after I watched the Trump card. If I could have a moment to read it to you, it's totally clean, I promise.
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and start. May all patriots kneel before the cross and pray before we rise up and defend the future that was written centuries ago for our children. May every patriot hear my message as one of hope, that when we stand up against the chronicles of evil, we shall be remembered not as statues or simple twisted memories, but as those who stood for freedom of the human race. May the Lord our God watch over and lead us into the fire so that we will never forget how we became his children. It's time to stand up for the unborn. It's time to stand up, for the unborn. It's time to stand up for liberty. It's time to stand up for freedom. It's time to honor our God. It's time to arise. Their swords may appear bigger, but our daggers remain sharp.
All right.
Amen. God bless you.
Hey, how are you liking it over on Parler?
I can say what I got to say. No one's going to censor me. And, living in North Carolina, I voted early on the 26th, and I didn't know my vote was an absentee ballot. And as of today at 12 o'clock, my ballot still hasn't been counted.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
And I can tell you, I did my own research. I went to the obituaries and looked up 50 people that died a month before the election, and 17 of them still voted.
Probably in person, right?
Well, definitely for Biden.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's a shame.
I really don't know. It's just depressing for my children that are growing up in this world right now. So.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you calling in with that word of wisdom, Todd, and I did give you a shout out on Parler just a few seconds ago. So thanks a lot.
Thank you much. I appreciate you guys. God bless.
All right.
Keep the faith. Yeah, Trump Card, phenomenal movie, an absolute must see. You can get on Amazon Prime or wherever you get your movies at. It's an absolute must see. Watch it with the family.
Oh man.
Dinesh?
Yeah. No.
Susan, what do you think?
No. Senator Hirono.
Oh God.
Yeah, really?
Conservatives don't face discrimination on social media because Media Matters says so.
What?
She's insane. Media Matters is a left-wing think tank of nonsense. Come on, woman. This woman is so crazy that the state of Hawaii said, no, we don't want you here. Go to D.C.
Oh, yes, they bring her here. Thanks, Hawaii.
Right.
This statement, I can't even grasp the statement. When you have the president being silenced on Twitter, when half the social media accounts that are conservative are silenced on Twitter, my gosh, look at your Facebook account with the show. I mean, they silence and suppress. What is she talking about? See, I don't know anything she said.
I got another one for you. Let's go to sports.
Oh no.
James Harden of the NBA Houston Rockets wasn't looking for a trade, but now he's looking for a trade because, get this, his owner supported Donald Trump.
See, James Harden has got a misconception of a concept. You won rich, SOB, and you ought to check out your taxes, man, before Trump, and wait till your taxes after Trump, because Biden said he's coming for you.
But here's
Well,
the crazy thing. Most of the owners are Trump supporters, whether they are saying it or not, because
yeah, but they're afraid because we're
yeah.
being annihilated out there if we say we're a Trump supporter. My question is, when the next Republican gets in and then they own more things, then do all these people give up on that again? I mean, is it ever going to stop, or is this our new reality where as soon as another candidate gets in, you have to quit what you're doing because they own a little bit of it? Like, when does it just become boring politics again?
Well, remember back after 9/11, they kind of backed off Bush for a minute so that the country could kind of come together. But the last 5 years of George W. Bush, they hammered the hell out of him and Dick Cheney, so much so that they made their history, their legacy, literally irrelevant and pretty much white supremacist. I lived out in LA at the time, and all the electric boxes, square boxes on the street corners all around the street, they're putting up signs of George Bush and Dick Cheney, Satan, the devil, the great devil, just all this horrendous stuff. They never said a word. They never fought back. Dick Cheney years ago lamented and said, maybe we should have changed that policy and fought back a little bit. But no, nothing. Another Republican gets in, and if he pushes back just a little bit, they're going to destroy him. There's nobody that can stand up like Trump. I don't know anybody.
We have a caller online. Caller, go ahead.
I don't think that's a good one.
Please! Oh, God!
That was Chris from Canada.
Was he going through an exorcism?
We have 305. 305. Go ahead.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You're live. Rock and roll, sister.
Oh.
You're gonna have
right.
Yeah. You're gonna have to turn down your TV or your computer.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Well, listen, I just wanted to comment on something. I truly believe that obviously the election is fraud, and for some reason the left is downgrading everything that Republicans are doing. And I would like to encourage everybody to support our president and administration, because they're working so hard for all of us, for American people. They've done so many things despite of this constant disruption. As a U.S. citizen, and I'm first generation immigrant from Russia, I have to
welcome.
This country for me is everything. And disrespect for the flag or for the country or for the president is totally unacceptable.
Right. And go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to say that I think nobody should give up at this time, because nothing is yet resolved and taken to the final stage. I truly believe that we as Republicans won. President Trump won. He is doing a great job, an amazing job. And we all should stand behind him and support him all the way. And listen, I'm talking as a woman, as a single mom, as whatever you want to call me, immigrant, and I do support him in every single way. I think everything he's put together for this country in the past 4 years was to benefit citizens.
Well said.
Right.
Well said.
Thank you so much. 618. Go ahead.
Hi, Wayne. This is Debbie of Debbie and Tom. How you doing?
Oh my God, that's my family. Hey.
Hey, honey. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, great. Yeah, I just had to comment on this election. It's, you know me. I'm a hothead. This is the the epitome of evil.
Mm-hmm.
There is a tapestry that has been woven since the time that Dwight D. Eisenhower left the White House.
Yeah.
And it has been moved on. He's the first one that warned us about the government within the government. And we just kept on with our lives. And we kind of, even though the technology was going forward, they kept us so busy having to work 2 jobs and take our kids here and do that and do this. And then all of a sudden, people either refuse to see it because their brains can't handle it, to be honest, or they see it and feel like, what can I do?
Right.
And with our new grandchild, our first grandchild's coming.
Oh,
congratulations.
It makes common go nuts. I mean, it really does. And so I just wanted to say that I wish we could figure out a way to wake up the sort of like the undead, the people who just can't see right in front of their face. So Wayne,
they're gonna
for this afternoon.
Well, I wanted to explain who you and Tom were, because
oh, hell no.
I just got me 2 orders of these jelly beans, and Debbie and Tom used to send these to me all the time.
They got you hooked.
They got
You
me
better
hooked.
eat them quick because Christmas is coming, and those are on your Christmas.
I know. Yeah, so I am so happy to hear from you. Debbie and Tom have been long-time listeners. They have been with me throughout the years, and I'm so glad that they're still here. I am, and they really support the show in any way that they can. So, thank you so much for calling in.
No problem, and we'll be speaking again.
All righty.
Take care, and meet you, Leah. I heard a lot of good things about you from Bubba Brown. And hi, Brian. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Aw, thank
Good to
you.
meet you.
All right, thanks, Debbie.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was like sort of losing.
Debbie's awesome.
No, she is. She is.
She really is.
Real quick, can I answer a question? Somebody put up there, get rid of the electoral college. If you got, just plain and simple, if you got rid of the electoral college, some of the smaller states wouldn't have a voice, and we would be ruled by California, New York,
And
literally all 50
Texas.
states.
And Texas.
Yeah, Texas. But Texas could go the way of the bye-bye if things don't change. 850. What? You know what? No, hold on, 850. I don't know if I'm really worried because Florida moved more right this election than
More
they have in
Latinos,
Texas.
huge Latino movement in Texas
Yeah.
on the border for Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's solidified.
Do you know what's scaring me?
Huh?
The people in California are saying they're moving over to Georgia before this
saw that
Senate runoff.
If you do that on purpose to vote, you could face 10 years in jail.
They don't
Just
care.
heads up.
You just got to prove
heads
it.
up.
Remember what the 70-year-old said? 10 years in jail ain't nothing, baby.
Yeah, he's like, I'm 70 years old, and
It's nothing. They're going to do what they can do to make
jail
sure.
time for me is nothing right now. So, yeah, I love that guy. 850, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Wayne? Tallahassee, Florida. You know, as far as Georgia goes, it's 20 minutes away from me. I think there's so much focus on what's going on that I think people would be afraid to try that. And I think the local officials will be afraid to take a chance on letting them vote if they know they're from out of the area. I was curious, does anybody have any idea where the FBI is on this? You know, we haven't heard anything. However, since when does the FBI let the press know what they're doing in an investigation? You know, Barr said he was going to start it. How do we know that they're not knee deep in this already? Because they could obtain the same information that we've been seeing. President Trump's attorneys have been doing a magnificent job of unearthing it. They've been sharing it with us. We've seen it. So if we've seen it, we know they've seen it. And just because they haven't come out and said, hey, by the way, we're about to go knock down some doors and arrest a whole bunch of people, doesn't mean that's not about to happen.
That's true.
That this very well, very easily could end up in the Supreme Court before the next month or so, and we'll sing our praises and say, take your liberal agenda and move on to Canada.
Yeah, it's happened before. The guy who worked under James Comey told CNN to go out there. We're going to raid Roger Stone's house. I mean, FBI, yeah. No, I don't doubt it for 1 second.
I don't trust anybody.
Thank you, caller.
Just saying.
Oh, so what? So we're saying you don't trust what?
No, not really. Sorry, I love you guys, but I don't trust anybody. I'll say it again. They tell you don't trust anybody but your mother, and your father doesn't trust her. Just remember that.
I don't even know who she is.
I know what my mom's capable of, so I keep it at bay. Keep it at bay.
And look, 2 avocado trees, says Leah. Don't trust anyone.
Block 2 avocado trees then, because I don't even
avocado trees. My faith and total trust and everything I own is in the Lord.
Hey, Brian.
That's all.
That's it. Oh, Brian. So you don't trust Wayne either. There you go. There, Wayne doesn't. Hey, Brian doesn't trust you either, Wayne.
Well, okay.
Sorry, brother.
I tell you what. All right.
Brothers in Christ. Brothers in Christ. I have level.
See?
No.
That was not even going to pay us.
Oh, okay.
See? Hey, you just proved my point on why.
Brothers in Christ. No.
Right there.
No.
Right there.
Family in Christ. I trust family in Christ. Absolutely.
No. Okay. No.
If you are a Christian and you're on your walk in faith with God, I know who you are. I know where you're at. I can help you. I can walk with you.
I don't need no help.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people listening. I trust you.
I don't really know what's Brian talking about.
Started this.
I don't trust anybody. I'm sorry. I don't trust the FBI. I don't trust the DOJ. I don't trust any of them. If you've got an abbreviation attached to you, I don't trust you. CIA, AOC.
I'm gonna send you an IOU.
CNN. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust any of them. If you're an abbreviation, I don't trust you.
IOU. I'm gonna send you an IOU.
Yeah, IOU. I don't trust you. Yeah. That's exactly right.
I was going to say, but I pulled back.
Yeah,
audience agrees with, yeah.
They better not.
Oh, yeah, everybody. Julie, I agree with you. Denise, I agree with you. Quentin, I agree with you. 2 avocados, I agree with you.
All the women. All the women I see.
No, these are not women.
I see women.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to say, Brian? So what are you trying to say about women?
Y'all sexist. Oh, no, I'm joking.
No, that's you being sexist by saying it's all women.
I don't know. I have no idea. They got abbreviated names. I have no idea.
You just keep drinking your coffee.
I switched over to water.
Well, that might be a little better.
Too much.
Yeah, maybe a good thing.
But we're going to talk when this thing is over. Hell. We're going to talk.
I don't trust anybody.
All right.
I don't care.
All right, bet. We're gonna talk. All right.
I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Okay, Joe says he pleads.
Because we're family here.
Okay, Joe says he pleads the 5th. Quentin, you don't count. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking, Quentin.
Oh,
maybe I'm not. I don't know. You stay tuned. I'll tell you on Monday.
That's your fan club, man. You
I know. Damn it, Quentin. Come on. Where we at, bruh?
That's funny. Majority of the audience agrees.
No, they don't. It's a skewed.
Don't trust people.
It is a skewed poll. I think so.
There's a lot of liberals in there. That's what it is.
Well, I'm so happy that you both trust Democrats so much. I'm so happy you trust the FBI.
No.
Well, that's what I said. I said I don't trust them.
I'm talking about up on this thing right here. I ain't talking about no FBI.
Don't worry about us. We're talking about other things.
No.
He said you.
I said us.
He said you.
Yeah, and you said, "Oh, I don't trust nobody."
Back in the day,
time.
Yeah.
Oh, burning it.
Waste no time. You better
trust those damn jelly beans over all you.
You better change. You better change your mind before you hang up.
She just called out the jelly beans. Oh no!
I said I trust the jelly beans. Next topic. All right, we're going. Hey, just let you know, I'm in Pennsylvania. That means I should have my mask on right now inside my house.
You know what? I'm snitching.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't trust it. That's
I'm
fine.
snitching now. I'm snitching.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm bona fide snitching. You don't
Oh man.
trust nobody. She don't even trust us.
No, I know.
I trust you to a point. I'll give you guys both a 97.8% trust factor with me. That's almost 100%. You should be happy with that.
No,
that's really good.
I shouldn't be happy. I want 100.
My mother has 100.
I wouldn't give my mama
Unless
100
you
either.
gave birth to me, you're not getting 100. And I know you didn't give birth to me, so you're not getting 100.
All right, I'll take.
What will you take?
I'll take 98.5.
I'll give that. I like that. 98.5. I like that.
Look
look at this. Oh, hey, there you go. Oh, that's a big hug. I like that.
Yeah, there
you're
you
nice and cuddly like teddy bear.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
How's
We're all right.
you?
We're all right.
Brian?
Okay, I'm over here. This is getting weird.
We're all right now. We're all right.
We're good now. We hug.
Because I was going to light into her when we went off.
98.6. 98.6. I'll
Yeah,
put it up the temperature. There you go.
701. Go ahead.
Wow, I can't believe I'm on.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is people seem to have lost all their common sense and all their logic. You know, where how many hundreds of thousands showed up at Trump rallies, and you get Biden's rallies, and you get maybe a dozen, and 10 of them are reporters. And then you look at the elections, and it's all so one-sided against Trump. And when he's winning, then miraculously he loses. You know,
Yeah,
we can't wait for the end result where it shows Trump winning by a landslide.
And we're also starting to see come out of Nevada
going on.
mismatched signatures and all kinds of shenanigans.
Well, look at the
go through
suppression.
Nevada.
Look at the suppression poll in Wisconsin when they said that Trump was down 17 points.
What that turned out to be?
What they're saying to us and what we're seeing is not what's really going on. And that's not me being conspiracy. Was Trump down 17 points? No. It was less than a 2% margin. That's the suppression poll.
Here's the thing, and the caller's right. The common sense and logic, which we've also talked about before, is gone, or it has been leaving. Especially the United States, it's been leaving for years. Republicans picked up in the House.
Yeah, Democrats lost a net 8 seats.
Democrats basically lost Florida.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you trying to tell me that the Democrats basically, they almost lost control of the House. They didn't lose everything, but they lost a majority of the races. You're trying to tell me that Trump got blown out by Biden.
And Biden got
that doesn't make sense.
10 million more than Barack Obama's famous run in 2008 with his 68. I'm going to tell you right, I had almost all my family voted for Obama in 2008.
Biden getting more votes than the first black president ever.
No.
And my whole family voted Trump this time around.
No. And here's the thing. He's an incumbent. He had 95% support of his party. Do you realize that anything above 45% you don't lose? And here's one more thing. Florida and Ohio go red and Pennsylvania flips blue. It doesn't happen. It hasn't happened. Take a look.
And now we're seeing a guy being charged for forging 8,000 voter registrations. There is all kinds of fraud everywhere. We need this system needs to be nailed down and airtight.
And I will tell you,
like they were saying in Canada, there was a tweet that Donald Trump retweeted. Canada saying, "Hey, we in our county got this lockdown. Mail it's paper ballots. We have no fraud."
Things that come out with this fraud each day, we're seeing it, and they're proving it, right? Because people are being charged and going to jail, like you said. The guy with the 8,000 votes. What they found a USB port,
Thumb drive. Yep.
thumb drive,
Yep.
with 2,000 votes on it. Okay. The more that this is happening, okay, look, pair charged with voter fraud over scheme involving homeless and voter registration forms.
In
Here's the issue.
California.
Okay, this is in California. Here's my thing. If Trump can get this to the Supreme Court, he wins.
But what's taking them so long? Damn it.
Because what I think has to happen is I think you have to lose a lot of these court hearings.
Right. It's the
And
wheels
then-
of justice.
Right. And then you have to go through the proper stages, I guess you could say. And then it gets to the Supreme Court. And I'm going to tell you right now, for any liberal that's out there listening, if he gets it to the Supreme Court,
We don't know.
Well,
we hope.
I didn't say anything. I'm just
Right,
saying
right,
if he
right,
gets
right,
it to the, if he gets
We
it to the Supreme Court,
We hope.
yeah, that's going to be tough for him not to win.
I want to know, where is he though?
He's in the
Well,
White House right now.
They
He's
probably
doing
told
work.
him
He's
to
working.
be quiet because you don't want anything to be held against you in the court of law. Don't slip and say anything by mistake. Stay out of this right now. You got good lawyers taking care of it, hopefully. And then when we need you, we need you. You can go on Twitter and say safe things, but don't say too much because we got to keep this behind us because people are working against us. You know how that is. You can't trust people right now.
Heard early on that lawyers that were involved in this, second rate, we're now seeing those people being pushed out. First rate lawyers are stepping in. Alan Dershowitz wrote an article a couple days ago, and then that article was republished again yesterday. There's an opportunity, a second opportunity, and he calls it the perfect storm, that the Trump campaign can deny Biden the 270 by putting into question everything else and hopefully get this pushed to the House. 270 not being certified for Biden. The vote by state delegation means each state is one vote.
Right, and there's 37 for Republicans, so he would get that.
Right.
But
Well,
it has to go
Trump
through the
needs-
Senate first.
Hold on, sister. Hold on.
But you're not right.
Hold on. Wow. I'm right in the middle of us talking. Hold on.
Because but it's not right. So I was trying to make sure you didn't say something that was wrong.
Well, wait till I'm done and correct me. When
Okay,
I'm done.
go ahead.
I wrote the notes down. I can't be wrong. Come on.
All right, go
You're
ahead.
losing my trust.
No, you're losing mine.
So vote by state delegation. Each state is one, so Trump needs 26 to win. We have more states that have the majority of Republican representatives. This published by the Gatestone Institute. Again, Alan Dershowitz, a Democrat, but a reasonable mind and was one of Trump's lawyers on the impeachment trial. I've watched him for years. He's been right most of the time. I trust him on this, but if you're waiting for a perfect storm, I wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it was another possibility of something to come to play.
And what were you saying?
It's just he gave a shorter version of it, but it's hard to just call a 12th Amendment because you do have to go through the Senate too, and then you can take it to the House, and it's a tough thing to do. And
like I said, it has to be a perfect storm. All these things,
yeah.
All the courts have to say no. All these other things have to come into play. Then we've got the Senate that passes to the House. The House then only gets one vote per state, and we've got more Republican representatives in each state that it would be a gimme to Trump, for an instance. But the whole thing is, now what do we do? Is the country ready for that, Wayne? For that to be decided like that?
Well, I know Mick Mulvaney had something.
I'll go to the Supreme Court. How do you see things?
Good morning, Maria. Thanks as always for having me. I think what you're seeing is just a reaffirmation of why we need to go through this. Every politician knows that these sorts of things happen. They happen on a small scale in nearly every single election. Elections are sloppy things. It's rare that they can make an impact in the outcome because elections aren't typically as close as they are right now. But these stories about ballots not being counted, about folks being excluded from the count, those things happen all the time, which is why it's so important to continue to litigate this. One of the questions I ask my Democrat friends is, don't you want to know? Wouldn't you want to know? Why would you want a potential Biden presidency to be clouded by this? What's wrong with taking the time to do it right? There is plenty of time to do this. We're still nowhere near how long the Bush-Gore debate played out in 2000. So there's time to do this. I think it's the right thing to do. I still am a little concerned about the use of Rudy Giuliani. It strikes me that this is the most important lawsuit in the history of the country, and they're not using the most well-noted election lawyers. There are folks who do this all of the time. This is a specialty. This is not a television program. This is the real thing. And I was struck by a couple of things that Rudy said in court yesterday. So on one hand, I think it needs to go forward. It absolutely does. I wish that it was being prosecuted a little more efficiently.
Well, maybe you could give Rudy some advice on how to make it more efficiently, Mulvaney. I don't know.
Let Sydney handle it.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that I've seen, ladies and gentlemen, about Sydney, and I think everybody's in agreement, is if she says it, people believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And for a person to get to that point of trust, for a
That's
person
right.
to get,
You gotta earn it.
There's a whole lot of battles that you have to win to get to that point. And a lot of people it's a scary situation though, because if you don't deliver, you're done.
And what he's trying to say there is, we want, whether Joe or Trump won, we want it to be legitimate. We want it proven. Right. So at the end, if Trump didn't win, we need to be able to show the supporters, look, he did not win. He lost. And if Joe lost, then we need to be able to say, look, Trump won fair and square. There was fraud. And here's the proof. And here's why Trump wins. But at the end of this, we have to have an end result in order for our country to move on. But right now, there's no end result. If there's voter fraud, then we have the right to do this. And there is voter fraud.
Right.
Why are the Democrats fighting it? Don't they want a fair election too?
No. For those of you coming at me
Exactly.
yesterday about Sidney Powell and talking about General Flynn, let me remind you that Sidney Powell actually jumped in and showed General Flynn, you got to pull back that guilty plea. We're going to redo this. We're going to get you off come hell or high water, whatever it be. She can't control Judge Sullivan. She can't control that. But she can control her case. She can control her client. And in my eyes, I think she has done a phenomenal job when it comes to General Flynn.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow with phone lines open.
Talk Thursday.
Thursday is Talk Thursday. So we want to hear from you again. We want to thank everybody that did call in. I know. Believe me, today, there's a whole lot of stuff today that probably took up some of the phone talk time. But tomorrow is Talk Thursday, so tomorrow your day. And I trust you.
Trust you 98.6% of the time.
Okay, I'll take that. Any last words for both of y'all?
Yeah, so Pennsylvania, you guys have no clue. If you live in a Republican state, good for you. But here we are. We're suffering bad. New laws came out today. You have to have a mask on in any public place, indoor or outdoor, until you get into your vehicle. If you have family or friends visiting you, they must keep their mask on inside your house with you. And if you cannot maintain a 6 to 10 foot distance outside of your house on your porch, then but you and your friend have to wear a mask as well. Also, if you cross into Pennsylvania, you have to get a COVID test before you, I guess, move here or go to a friend's house. The first 72 hours. Here's the kicker. You ready? My friend who lives in Pennsylvania has to drive to Maryland each day to work and then come back through. And she was worried she had to get a test every day. So she calls the health department and they tell her, yeah, we do. We think that you might have to. Hold on. She's on hold for like 8 hours, right? I have two friends that work in Maryland. The one said, no, it's just for you can actually work and drive. I finally got that. But the other friend didn't know that until about 2 a.m. when my other friend texted us and said, no, you can for work. But that is how confusing it is. That is how confusing it is. So I guess if you work or if it's for medical reasons, you can. But anything else, if you're coming into Pennsylvania, you have to get a test. And we have to wear a mask 24/7 if you have family that's coming over. And I'm just like, so how do you have family come over? Do they sleep in the mask?
Because the mask works so well, right? And we're going through a second lockdown because the first one did.
Yeah.
Come on.
Terrible.
Now we're getting into that again.
Yeah. Real quick, somebody sent me this, that the Dominion computing system, their symbol is like a red chevron with a red, looks like a ballot going in, and a blue ballot coming out the bottom. And it says changing the way people vote.
Isn't that the truth?
No, they didn't do a 666, but just put that somewhere.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought you were going to say, though.
Yeah, I feel it.
Terrible.
Right.
Only time will tell. Right?
Before I let you go, I just want to say thanks for everybody tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
You can, if you like the joke, if you enjoyed the show, you can become a Patreon member at patreon.com/WD show. $5, $10, $20, $50. And remember, you can donate $50 this month, and then next month, Christmas, you might want to move it down to $5 and then move it back up in January to maybe $20. It's based on your budget, whatever you want to do to help us continue what we're doing. And one of those things that we're doing is, and we might be changing platforms. I have talked to my people because we got to test some things out. But here is our thing.
Here's it's Wayne Dupree Show podcast. All you gotta do is type in Wayne Dupree podcast. It'll pull right up. You can download it. And from there, you can watch us live. You'll also be able to chat, call into the studio, because tomorrow is Talk Thursday. So if you don't have this app, it's easy to get. Just download it, and you can actually just click on call into the studio, and it will link you right into our phone calling system. So make sure you download it. It's also free for you, thanks to our Patreons that help pay for that. So it's free to you. And again, you can even look at past shows as well. So make sure you download that.
And with that said, for all of you there on Periscope, for all of you that are watching on YouTube, because I know some people just don't leave YouTube, that they still watch on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button that's down there. Okay, hit the notification button, and so it's like a little bell. That way that you're notified. For the people that are watching on Periscope, you just subscribe to the Wayne Dupree Show timeline feed, and you should be notified when we go live. Okay, and don't forget your super hearts are like donations.
Yes.
So if you want to give super hearts during the show, I think at the end of the month they only pay us at the end of the month. Last month we got $100 for the show, so we thank you for
and
that.
thank you, Jack. Jack gave some super hearts today, so we appreciate that, Jack. And I don't know who else because I didn't get to see, but I did see Jack, so thank you.
And real quick, for all you first time watchers, thank you for being a first time watcher. We are serious about the news. Yeah, we might laugh and joke here and there, but we are serious about the news. And we do not push conspiracy. We try to be as upfront about everything, and we research, we check out things 2 and 3 times before we come before you.
Right. But we also have our own minds. We don't have talking points. So we may say, hey, look, could this have happened this way?
Right.
And that's called a discussion. And that's not a conspiracy theory. And I think some people get that mixed up whenever I say, hey, could the mail-in ballots have been different? And here it was actually the Dominion servers. That's not me starting a conspiracy. I'm just giving this as an example. No one actually said anything. It's just an idea that's now I'm making an opinion and I'm bringing it up to talk about. And it was a good point.
And bringing up Lindsey Graham fist bumping Kamala Harris. Now, there ain't no conspiracy.
Now,
that will really, truly happen. And Lindsey Graham, we said on this show, don't trust that SOB.
Yeah, but
as
you know
far
what?
as I can throw him.
I actually have something to say about that. The fist bump is like a very controversial way of communicating. And if you're fist bumping first, she put up her fist bump first. What is he supposed to do? Just walk past her and ignore her?
But he pat her on the back.
Yeah,
like they had inside.
He better not pat her on the back.
He did pat her on the back. Like there was
that I don't like. If he pat her on the back, I don't like that. But if she's putting out her hand for a fist bump, just as a coworker, you do kind of have to fist bump back. But if he patted her back, I don't like that.
Yes, he did. He
Okay,
did.
I don't
It
like
was
that.
nasty. Wrong.
I
Lindsay's
don't like
always
that.
been wrong. Don't trust him.
Yeah, I don't like that too much.
For those that follow the Food Network, I guess Master Chef Junior star that was 14 years
God
old
rest his soul.
has died.
14.
Yeah, I think he had I think only 6 other people in the world had this rare disease that he ended up getting, and literally 6 other people only had it in the world. And you know what's really sad about this story? His parents died just a few months before that from murder-suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, what a rough life.
Yeah.
Well, God bless him. Pray for the family that's still here on earth with us.
So someone said, Lindsey Graham, that's his boss now. And I said, well, no, not yet. And they responded back with, actually, yeah, right now.
Nothing certified.
I'm
No,
pretty
not
sure
right now.
she's still in the Senate, which is kind of weird that she hasn't stepped down off her seat at the Senate yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and hold on. You know what?
So that's kind of wrong. Sorry.
Man. You know, we'll sort of talk about this tomorrow. But Gavin, let's see, where is it at? The Justice Democrats, the group that helped put AOC and Ilhan Omar into the House, are asking that Ro Khanna be replace Kamala Harris in the Senate. Think about that. The people behind AOC are asking that California move this Justice Democrat representative, socialist, into the Senate. Now, the reason why I thought that was kind of crazy, because I meant to say that yesterday, is because today, where is it at? Black Lives Matter wants Newsom to appoint a black woman to replace Kamala Harris. So Newsom has a hard decision to make, whether he's going to replace it with the socialists or fall in line with Black Lives Matter and put this and put a black woman to replace Kamala Harris.
This is your internal civil war.
And remember, Kamala hid evidence, so that way, you know, that black man could stay in jail longer.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that it doesn't happen with whoever he puts in. Again, I hope she's not like Kamala.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that would be sad.
Yeah, really. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we leave you with this.
I will never accept Joe Biden as president. I mean, if that's your question, that's my answer. I just don't believe that he's right for our country.
You think Donald Trump has won?
Absolutely, I do. I mean, for me to believe that Joe Biden got 78 million votes, got the most votes of any president ever in the history of voting, I find that very hard to believe.